Here is my word for you today. Let me help you. I am not standing far off, waiting for you to finally be strong enough to deserve support. I am right here, present, attentive, and willing. What you cannot carry, I can. What you cannot see, I see. What you do not know, I know. And I offer my wisdom, my strength, and my peace without keeping score. The invitation is simple. Let me help you. That is not a slogan. It is a living invitation. I do not offer help as a last resort or a reluctant favor. I offer help because it is in my nature to be with you, to lighten your burdens, to guide your steps, and to steady your heart. You are not built to handle the weight of life alone. You were made to walk with me. There are places in you that whisper, I should have solved this by now, or I made this mess, I should clean it up on my own. But shame is not a key, it is a lock. Pride is not a ladder, it is a ceiling. The doors that refuse to move when you push will open when you place your hand in mine and let me turn the handle. I am not embarrassed by your need. I am moved by it. Why you resist help? You resist help for reasons that feel noble but drain you. You want to protect others from your storms. You want to prove that you can outwork your pain. You want to control the timeline, the outcome, and the way it looks to the world. Sometimes you fear that if you open your hands, you will lose everything you are trying to hold together. I see the deeper layers. You carry old disappointments where you asked for help and nothing seemed to change. You carry unspoken grief that convinced you no one would come when you call. You carry the memory of people who offered help with strings attached. Hear me, my help is not like theirs. I do not trap you with debt. I do not shame you for needing me. I do not delay out of indifference. I act with wisdom, purpose, and love that never turn against you. How I help? My help comes as presence before it comes as rescue. I settle your breath before I rearrange your circumstances. I bring clarity in the fog, peace in the panic, and strength where you feel hollow. Sometimes my help looks like a quiet thought you would have missed if you rushed past it. Sometimes it looks like a person I send to you, an encourager, a mentor, a friend who speaks truth with kindness. Sometimes it looks like a door closing because what waits behind it would wound you, and another door opening you would not have chosen but will later bless my name for. My help is often layered. I steady your feelings, sharpen your focus, and then show you the next small step. I will not crush you with 10 steps when one will move you into daylight. I know your limits better than you do, and I lead you in ways that keep your soul intact. I am not trying to prove my power. I am trying to restore your life. Making room for my help. Begin by saying it simply. God, help me. I hear uncomplicated prayers. You do not need a perfect sentence. You need an open heart. Ask, and then pause. Give me your minutes as well as your emergencies. Sit long enough to notice the nudge, the idea, the scripture that surfaces, the inner yes or no that aligns with peace rather than panic. My voice does not wrestle you to the ground. It lifts you to your feet. Accept the form my help takes. If I send a person, do not push them away because you expected an angel with a trumpet. If I send a boundary, do not call it a barrier. If I place a holy rest on your calendar, do not mistake it for laziness. If I bring correction, it is not rejection. It is surgery to save what still lives. Align with what I have already said to you. You have glimpses of your next right thing. The apology you've delayed, the budget you've ignored, the sleep you keep sacrificing, the conversation you fear but need. Act in the light you have, and I will multiply it. My help is not a substitute for your participation. It is the power that makes your obedience fruitful. Abide even when the pace feels slow. I do not measure progress only by sudden miracles. I delight in daily faithfulness, the small choices that practice trust. Keep returning to me. Keep handing over the worry each time it tries to nest in your chest. Help received once is not all the help you need. I am a river, not a cup. When fear is loud, fear predicts endings I never wrote. It imagines your future without me in it. Let me help you quiet it. Breathe and call my name. Then name the fear you are carrying. When you name it, it shrinks from a shadow to a thing we can hold up to light. I will teach you to answer fear with truth. You are not alone. You are not without options. You are not too late. You are not disqualified. The season that exhausted you does not define you. The one who carried you through it does. In your sleepless hours, I sit with you. When your hands tremble, I steady them. When your mind loops through worst-case scenes, I draw your attention back to what is actually here and actually now. I am not merely telling you to be brave. I am lending you my courage. In your relationships, let me help you love wisely. Love is not the absence of boundaries. Love is the presence of truth with kindness. I will show you where to forgive, and I will also show you where to guard your heart. I do not ask you to keep dancing in the fire to prove you believe in miracles. I can heal, and I can also lead you out. If reconciliation is possible, I will show you how to meet it with humility and patience. If distance is necessary, I will instruct you in peace and dignity. Invite me into your conversations. I can give you words that build rather than shred, and silence that speaks more healing than 1,000 explanations. I can soften hearts you assumed were stone. I can also strengthen your spine where you have bent under manipulation. My help always carries both tenderness and truth. In your work and calling, your purpose is not a moving target designed to frustrate you. It is a path we will walk together. Let me help you see the value in ordinary faithfulness, the kind that rarely trends but often transforms. I can sharpen your skills, widen your understanding, and open opportunities at the right time. I will help you practice excellence without worshiping perfection. I will show you how to rest so your creativity does not burn out, and how to persevere so your diligence outlasts discouragement. If you feel behind, remember that I set your pace. You cannot miss my timing by trusting me. Learn the difference between delay and preparation. Delay feels like punishment. Preparation feels like strength gathering. I am preparing you. In your finances and daily needs, let me help you reorder your life where it has become tangled. I am not indifferent to bills, deadlines, and the cost of living. I can teach you contentment without shaming your needs, generosity without fear, and planning without anxiety. I may nudge you toward a hard but healthy decision, like cutting an expense, seeking counsel, applying for a position you've avoided, or finishing a task you keep postponing. None of this is punishment. It is care. My wisdom is practical because I love the whole of you. In your body and health, Your body is not a mistake you carry. It is a gift you inhabit. Let me help you listen to what it needs. Rest when you are tired, movement when you are stuck, nourishment when you are depleted, treatment when you are unwell, gentleness when you are cruel to yourself. I can bring healing suddenly, and I can also heal you steadily through trustworthy care, patient habits, and the compassion you extend to your own flesh. I do not condemn you for your limitations. I meet you inside them and lead you forward. In your decisions, when you do not know which way to turn, bring the options into my presence. Ask for wisdom, and then watch for alignment, what leads toward peace, integrity, and love. I do not bait you with confusion. If both paths are good, choose one and walk it with me. I can redirect moving feet more easily than I can push the unwilling heart. If neither path is right, I will help you wait without wasting the waiting. Pay attention to the subtle confirmations that follow obedience. The lightness after a hard choice, the counsel that confirms what I whispered, the timing that unfolds with grace rather than coercion. My guidance is not a maze, it is a hand in yours. When my help feels like a no. Sometimes my help looks like withholding what would harm you, even if it looks beautiful from a distance. I am not cruel when I close a door. I am kind. I am not punishing you with a pause. I am preparing you for more than you asked. I do not need to explain every detail for you to trust me, but I welcome your questions. Bring me your disappointment. I can hold it. As you learn to interpret no as protection and not yet as preparation, your heart will breathe easier under my care. The quiet repairs. Let me help you in places no one sees. The resentment you nurse in secret, the self-criticism that undermines your joy, the envy that steals your gratitude, the fantasy of a different life that keeps you from living the one you have. I will not shame you for these. I will free you from them. Together, we will practice new habits of heart, gratitude that interrupts comparison, confession that clears a clogged conscience, blessing that breaks bitterness, humility that loosens the knot of pride. The gift of surrender. Surrender is not losing. It is placing what you cannot control into hands that love you. When you surrender, you gain clarity. You gain rest. You gain me. I will not take what you entrust to me and return it worse. I will refine it. I will return it with peace, or I will replace it with something better aligned with who you are becoming. Bring me your outcomes as well as your efforts. Let me choose the route while you choose faithfulness at every step. Practicing help in real time. When the day begins, invite me first. A simple greeting is enough. Good morning, Lord. Lead me. Before the messages and demands arrive, receive my peace like a covering. Ask for eyes to notice what matters and grace to release what doesn't. Throughout the day, keep short accounts with me. Brief prayers, quick gratitude, honest frustration offered upward rather than outward. In the evening, surrender the unfinished. You are not meant to sleep with the whole world on your chest. When you stumble, do not hide. Failure is not fatal in my hands. Confess quickly, receive forgiveness fully, and learn deeply. I do not label you by your lowest moment. I teach you through it and lift you beyond it. Stories you rarely see. The person who thought the only way forward was control learned to open their hands, and when they did, their creativity returned like a sunrise. The parent, who feared they had already ruined everything, found that my compassion was bigger than their mistakes, and their home became a place of honest healing. The student who felt invisible discovered that asking me for help revealed mentors who had been waiting to pour out wisdom. The weary one, who believed joy was for other people, learned that joy is a fruit grown in my presence, not a prize for the perfect. These are not fairy tales. They are the quiet miracles I perform every day. What I want for you. Today, I want you to breathe easier. I want the weight on your shoulders to shift to mine. I want your mind to be a place where peace can dwell. I want you to trust that you are being led, not merely pushed by circumstances. I want your decisions to grow from wisdom, not hurry. I want your relationships to reflect truth and grace. I want your work to carry purpose, not just pressure. I want you to experience me as more than an idea, as a present help. I am not asking you to manufacture faith you don't feel. I am asking you to bring the faith you have, and even your lack of it, and let me meet you there. Faith grows by use. As you lean on me, the ground under your feet will feel more solid. As you invite me into your ordinary, the ordinary will hold extraordinary meaning. As you surrender what you cannot fix, you will watch me redeem what you thought was lost. A prayer you can pray. God, help me. I give you what I can carry and what I cannot. I give you my fear, my plans, my timing, my need to control, and my longing to be whole. Teach me to hear your voice and to follow your peace. Send the right people and the right wisdom at the right time. Close the wrong doors and open the right ones. Heal what is wounded, correct what is crooked, and strengthen what is weak. Today, I choose to walk with you. Amen. Pray it simply. Pray it honestly. Pray it often. I am moved by sincerity, not eloquence. The one who feels too late. You are not too late for me. Even when you feel like time has passed you, remember, I do not taste my promises by human clocks alone. The years you call wasted, I call soil. I grow roots in hidden seasons. I build character that can hold blessing without breaking. Let me help you lift your eyes from regret to readiness. The future is not an enemy you must outrun. It is a field we will cross together. For the one who feels unworthy, I chose you before you could perform for me. My love is not a paycheck you earn. It is a gift you receive. Let me help you drop the armor that keeps comfort out. The jokes, the deflection, the detachment that pretends you do not need anyone. You need me. That is not weakness. That is wisdom. I do not despise your need. I delight to meet it. For the one who is tired of asking, you think, I've asked before, nothing changed. Look again. Not every answer was the one you expected, but I have been active in ways you will only recognize when you slow down. I have kept you when you felt like a thread. I have pruned what would have choked you later. I have protected you from quiet disasters. Keep asking, not to pry reluctant help from me, but to stay close to the source that never runs dry. A gentle instruction. Return what is not yours to carry. Return the responsibility for other people's choices. Return the outcome you cannot control. Return the timeline you cannot speed. Return the image you are trying to maintain. In returning these to me, you make room for what is yours: faithfulness, kindness, courage, honesty, learning, rest. I will cultivate these in you until they become the atmosphere of your life. The promise I make: I will not leave you. I will not mock your tears. I will not break the bruised part of you or snuff out the dim light still burning inside. I will guide you with counsel when you are awake and watch over you when you sleep. I will speak through my word, prompt you by my spirit, and confirm my guidance through wise voices and providential peace. I will use even what harmed you to shape a testimony that helps heal others. None of your suffering is wasted here. Today's step: let me help you. Today, not someday. Bring me the email you dread, the call you avoid, the appointment you postpone, the secret you carry, the habit that has you by the throat, the hope you barely admit. Place it in my hands. Ask for my wisdom. Then do the next small act of obedience you already know to do. I will meet you in motion. I will meet you in stillness. I will meet you because meeting you is what I do. Lift your chin. Unclench your hands. Breathe. You are seen. You are held. You are guided. You are not late to your own life when you walk with me. I have help for you in this hour. Practical help, healing help, holy help. Take my hand. We will go together.